Welcome to a video about two-color I-cord for my Gnome Schooling Gnome Basics series. Let's say we want to switch colors. Either we want to work a little bit in a color for a hand and then switch, or whether we're working the hat or something else. Switching colors in I-cord can seem a little tricky because one of the most important things about I-cord is that we're always bringing the yarn across the back of the stitches to work this first stitch. And if we are introducing a new yarn, obviously we're not doing that. So you will have your previous yarn coming off the leftmost stitch, and you will simply join the new yarn over here, however you knit, whether you're continental or, and you will simply join the yarn over on the side of the stitch we need to knit, whether you're working continental or English. It doesn't matter how you hold the yarn as long as you know how to knit. So we're going to do a knit stitch just as usual. So we're just going to let that yarn hang off. I'm pinching it with a free finger against the other I-cord to make it a little easier to work. So I'm just going to knit, which you already know how to do, so this is pretty easy. I'm knitting all the way across. And at this point you have two basic choices that will help you deal with this as an end. So what I like to do first, no matter which option of the two choices I am availing myself of, is I like to tie these two. What that will do is it takes that yarn and it brings it across the back, as is a key part of working I-cord. So I will simply knot the yarn, and I like to knot it fairly tightly. Stop that from sliding. I like to knot it fairly tightly, but not so tightly that I would be buckling the I-cord and making kind of a figure 8 there. All right, and then I tie a second knot to keep that knot secure. And now you have two choices. You can simply let this dangle down behind the back and later on thread both of these on a yarn needle and slide it up or down the I-cord. So since I have this longer I-cord here to show you, let's try that with one of them. So normally if I was doing this, I would either slide it down already accomplished I-cord, or I would wait till I had much more I-cord knit, and then I would do that. So option one, I would normally ignore this for a little while. And then I simply would work it down the center of the cord, or up, because I usually go up the I-cord that I knit after I do the color change. After I do that, I just cut it and it will disappear into the I-cord. So that is the knot and slide up the center technique, which normally if you are doing a gnome, you're going to do just a few rows of I-cord and then switch colors. And so I would work more of the new color for that arm before doing it. The second option involves actually knitting around this. And so you would have normally two, the white one would also be coming here. So you would flip it forward over the I-cord. So you would flip it forward over the stitches, bring the needle behind to work, and then get that out of the way so you can work it again. So basically every round you're going to be twisting the tail over the working yarn. So then I would work my second round in that color. Again, round or row, it's a bit, it could be either way. Then I would flip this up, bring the yarn around, place this back, and work again, and you will be working the ends right into the tube. You can also knit other things into an I-cord tube. You could knit wire or something like that if you'd like posable or bendable I-cord. Some people knit I-cord around their headphone cords so that they don't get so tangly. So as you can see, we've transitioned colors. There will be a little section of the join where the colors kind of interfere with each other, and that's often, you can see the knot. But if you wait a little bit and then kind of roll it between your hands, that usually disappears and is no problem. So I hope that helps. You just join the new color and work across, and then knot it. Happy gnoming!